Adobe, all the system, all the tributaries that lead into Adobe Creek, and I guess that's us standing there in the little building. And it just kind of shows you the orientation of the building relative to the sun, so we can capture great solar. We're off, we don't need um, electricity through the grid. So we have all solar panels on this side. But what's really cool is you can see the system of water, and water is everything in California.
Maggie, Governor Brown just made a lot of these riparian and all of the waterways and
I'm going to take you inside really briefly.
they made that huge. They're now official infrastructure.
Oh yeah, that would make
so they'll
perfect
be
sense.
preserved.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of we're talking about riparian corridors. Hi guys, we're just coming through. We're just gonna drop off your sweatshirt in here. Hey, I want to show you this way. I didn't know there was this way. It's not glamorous. I didn't know we'd have visitors, but I just wanted to show you some of the design aspects. Okay, so. One of the things about sustainable design, I like to talk about, the idea or sustainability is, there's renewable, the 3 R's, right? There's reuse, reduce, recycle, but there's a fourth one, which is remember. And it's remembering old technologies that were totally wonderful for thousands of years. Why not reclaim them? And this is one of them. This is called a clerestory window, a clerestory window, where the window's way up high and it creates a light well, so we don't have to use lights in here ever. Nice. I mean, pretty much. But it keeps the direct sun from beaming on us and overheating during the summer. So this got it's like it's an old idea. It's in some classic buildings from, the ancient. Egyptians had these in there, some of their structures. So let's go this way. I'll show you this room too. It's kind of cool. So this wall, and you can feel it's a little cooler in here. At night, we open the windows. This is an old idea, right? This is like grandma did this. She'd open the windows at night. Heat, the cool air would come in during the day. You'd shut the window. And you can kind of keep it nice and cool. So here's one of those windows. But the other thing that's keeping the building kind of cool in the summer and then warm in the winter is that these walls here with the blue water stored in them. And the water does the same thing essentially as the straw. It's creating a nice thermal heat retention and then coolness retention. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's just to give people ideas. Like, wow, we really could incorporate all of the wood is like just reclaimed. The doors were like from an old building.
What's she asking about this?
Recycle. Yeah, it's all like bean hulls or something.
Oh.
Here we go. It's made out of newspaper, soybeans, and plant fibers.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
I mean, you can see examples of this kind of building a lot more than you ever used to, but I think it's always inspirational to see what can happen. If you ever have lucky enough to be on the design committee, you can bring some of these ideas forward. You can just be, maybe let's research something different a little bit.
Yeah.
When was this built? 2009 maybe? It's been a little while. So I'm sure there's even more great ideas that people are attempting. So, good. Did you have a chance to stash your jacket?
No, I didn't. I don't know where.
How about right here?
Oh, good.
Yeah. That's a good spot. Let's go out
It's in the
this
blue
way.
chair, so.
Let's go this way. There's a lot more to talk about. I just want to get you outside. Josephine Duveneck was the one who really squatted was the... I know. There you go. Last one out. Shut the door. Josephine Duveneck was the one who figured out and grew together for this farm to become a place for families, children. She was very, very politically active and a very progressive thinker. She had a lot going on. She was part of the Friends Services Committee, which is part of the branch of the Quakers. She started the Peninsula School. You guys know the Peninsula School? Very progressive, sort of free school.
Is it still
Um,
in existence?
Yes, it is. Josephine was a really.
This looks like our greenhouse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Ours is too hot to use in the summer.
right. I mean, we use in
Yeah, same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's. I mean, greenhouses. You know, I like. I mean, they're very valuable in the winter for us.
right. So we use
The
in
plant
winter.
starts. Yeah,
Okay.
but in the summer it's impossible to use it.
Yeah, it's too hard.
Too hot.
We don't
We've
use
even
it
put
to-
up a shade screen and it's still too unbearably hot. You know, one thing we all should become aware of is, I mean, as our climate continues to heat up, all of our food choices are going to be a little bit
Constrained.
constrained. And there is a lot of research going on, as you probably know, for what kind of crops can withstand more heat spells and less water usage.
Right.
So all of these things are really commercially driven. It's not just idealistic. You know, we're talking about. Climate changes. Okay, so this garden is just really a very lush children's garden, and then we also have an example of one of our production fields. So we'll look through the kids' garden first because it's sort of people like this as more of an oasis. This garden uses sprinklers, which is a little bit not my favorite way of watering, but it's a way to create a very lush little oasis. I'm very selective about how we use our water here, you know, because we don't get a lot.
Be judicious.
We get only what we can get from the rainfall each year that recharges our well. So the size of this farm is dictated solely by that. We can only grow so much because we don't want to start buying water from the municipal source. But in essence, that's actually a really great model. That really, that makes us really careful about our choices. So you'll see a lot of unwatered areas, and then you'll see selected areas like the educational garden that are. This is sprinkled, and then we have drip irrigation going. You guys probably use drip
Yeah.
in our production fields, and this is just one production field. So let's look.
What's this plant? The purple.
The little guy?
The
Oh,
purple. Yeah.
Well, here's this guy. This is a really sweet, old-fashioned one. It's called "Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate."
Oh.
Very
Wow.
free seating,
Oh.
and it grows really tall sometimes. It actually makes it up to the garden gate, but
Oh.
yeah, it's very sweet, old-fashioned plant. It's not an edible. We just think
Oh, it's just for decoration.
it's decorative, but it's also it's kind of one of those plants you can't stop because once it free seeds so easily. The same is true with now this is toward the end of its life cycle, but this is amaranth. You probably do. You guys in Kyrgyzstan grow amaranth at all? Amaranth is incredible. It's who eats
Protein?
quinoa?
Yeah, quinoa. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the ancient relative
Yeah.
of quinoa. And so in parts of the world, people also eat a lot of amaranth sprouts. It's a very complete protein
Yeah.
plant. So quinoa,
We just have
And-
quinoa this year. It's new so for us.
But
quinoa
amaranth
can
very
really change
powerful.
people's lives. You can make a lot of, it's, pretty much like rice. It's very tasteless,
Yeah.
flavorless kind of thing. So you can adapt it to a lot of cuisines. But amaranth is really cool for sprouts too.
Mm.
And that might be something interesting. Look into a lot of African and Asian cultures sprout amaranth sprouts. This is just one form
Is
of
it
amaranth.
pretty easy to grow then?
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
look at these seeds. Like
Yeah.
anything with a teeny weensy little seed like that wants to grow, wants to sprout. So it takes a while to get it to stop coming up everywhere. You know?
What will you do with that?
Well, this guy, it's an annual. It doesn't stay year round. It looks like, this guy's just gonna go. It's shut. You could,
But do you harvest
you
it?
could conceivably pick some of these leaves and put them in a stir fry. No, not really. I think we use it as just a learning opportunity. But there's a very there's a wide variety of amaranth. This is just one kind. So if you're who's into gardening? Got a couple hands. If you'd like to just like an easy peasy garden project, you could just do sprouts from this stuff. Is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, or just like a quick stir fry kind of veg. It's pretty good. Thanks for asking about that. Another thing that we like to have is in this educational garden, we do like, oh yeah, there's a watermelon. Yeah, it finally came. Took a while, but it's an interesting placement for a watermelon underneath all of these, kind of shaded it out. We like to model for the kids. This is the 6 plant parts, so that when kids come through the garden, we get a lot of school children through the school year too. We have over, I think it's like 2,000 school children. Yeah, no, it's got to be more than that. It's probably 2,000 per season. It's probably about almost 5,000 kids come with their school, right? And the big yellow school bus come pulling up Tuesday through Friday, and they do farm tours, and they'll see the same things you guys are seeing. But we do the 6 plant part curriculum. Who knows there's 6 plant parts in camp? You probably, yeah. So you start with, here's your flower, right? So we eat flowers.
Really? Is that what you're doing?
We eat flowers. No, that's what we do with the toddlers. Okay. You got your flowers. Well, first you can start with your roots, right? So we eat roots. Anybody name a root that we eat? Turnip. Ginger. There you go. Potato. Do we love roots or what, right? Yay for roots. And then we've got, what comes next? Stem. What kind of stems do we eat?
Celery?
Yay! You sound like a cook. When anybody says turnips and what was the other one? Rhubarb, right on. That's one that we always have in the garden to share with the kids. And then what comes after that? What's hanging off like this? Whee, blowing in the breeze, photosynthesizing, leaves. Right, so we eat a lot of leaves, but mostly only in the spring, right? That's when the leaves are first to rot. So we talked about amaranth leaves.
Lettuce.
Yeah, that's a flower that we can eat.
But isn't it boring?
When we got to the leaves, what comes after that? We got the stem, we got the leaves, flowers. So that was perfect timing. This is borage. Borage is a wonderful. Some people
salads or saute.
I mean, it's not really like going to keep you alive, but it's a nice little addition to things. But it's also got a lot of great phytochemicals. It's including linoleic acid. It's really high in omegas. It's real good for women and makes you feel better, adjust your hormones. So it's a good balancer. Borage. And there's also calendula, which is an edible flower. But did anybody else name it?
That's what you're wearing, Shannon.
Pardon?
This is
Goes
for
with
salad,
what you're wearing,
sweetie.
your color.
Again, it doesn't. You can try it if you want. But then, can anybody name a flower that we eat all the time? At least I love it. What's that? Broccoli. Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Anybody else name another flower? Back there in the blue jacket, who's half asleep. It's a relative of broccoli. It's white.
Olive.
Yeah, right. Okay. We eat a lot of flowers, though. We don't even realize it. One of the flowers that we adults use is on here, but they're kind of all dried up and been picked now. But this is a hops plant, and hops we'd use the flower in beer. Here's a great plant. I love this plant, especially. All right, so this is. Who here is interested in herbalism and herbs and like a home apothecary would be really. This is comfrey. And comfrey is an amazing herb. It's very old. Some people, with the kids, we say, are you a friend of the garden? Here, are you a friend of the garden? Sure. Okay. Are you a friend of the garden?
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll stick to your shirt.
It might.
It sticks to things that are cotton. You want to make sure you take it off before you wash your shirt. It'll stay on all day. Who's a friend of the earth? Come on. It might stick. It doesn't stick to
video.
synthetics.
Yeah, I'm taking the video.
I'll make of your video.
Who's a friend of the earth? Are you a friend of the earth? You are. All right. Are you a friend of the earth? Here, you should give her medal. You get your badge.
Thank you.
You are an earth warrior. Oh yeah, some major pumpkin action. The reason I love this herb is if you're interested in having a home apothecary, this herb is really incredible. It's also known as bone set or bone knit bone in the old herbals, and you can still use it to that. So if I get a cut or I get a a gash or something, you wrap it on there. It stops the bleeding, but it also is really high in an element called allantoin, which actually regenerates cell growth. It literally permeates the skin and restarts regenerating the cells. And so it's a very powerful herb. The reason it's so powerful is if you put it in your garden, make sure you want it in your garden. The roots go down almost 12 feet.
Wow.
And they spread. And so you'll find comfrey wherever you put it, it will find a new
Will
home.
it go for endearing this? Like,
Not really.
no.
This is it's a great plant. What I do is I take the leaves in the spring, chop it up, put it really fine, and put it into some olive oil. Just keep it in the fridge, and then it's a nice salve to put on, like little boo-boos.
But
Really
you don't
works
eat
well.
it.
Some very powerful herbalists like to drink a tea of it.
Yeah, I've heard it as tea and poultices, but I didn't. I've never
You
heard
can
for
use it as a
salads or
tea, but you
anything.
want to make sure that you use the kind that has the purple flower for tea, because you don't want to hurt your kidneys. It's a powerful, look, comfrey. I just like to show people this is also incredibly was very useful after childbirth. You know, you can kind of see the, to staunch bleeding.
What is to F?
This is tomato.
No, to F. I mean,
This is, I'll show you it this way. If you're ever interested in organizing a garden for school groups or anything like that, let's go this way. We can go by way of the tomatoes. You can help me out and pick some and eat them if you'd like. These guys here, I want to keep them going as long as possible. So the way to do that is to pick them. The more you pick, there's a variety. Do you guys grow this?
yeah, I grow it in my garden at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in
sun
my
gold.
house. Yeah, I have red one and this one and yellow ones.
These are ready to
Yeah. It's better to just eat them now because we're probably going to take the bushes up, but I'd like to keep it going as long as possible.
It's good. Yeah.
The more you pick, the better. The more you pick, the more the plant produces because the plant goes into survival mode.
Oh, okay.
It's worried that it needs to make babies.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Thank you. This is very interesting.
You asked about the
Yeah.
So to communicate with our teachers, they need to know where to find the 6 plant parts to be able to go out with the kids and have a little piece of each. So where it was 6F, I forget was in there. Probably one of these guys.
So because we have F, it means seeds too. I mean,
There's 1D, 1C. So see, it goes B, C, D, E, F. And then
that's good.
the garden is organized by letter and number. So this is area 1, area 2, area 3.
so like 1, 2, 3, and then like this A, B, C.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
Yeah,
Got
just
it.
so we can communicate with each other. We also, do you see the gourd here?
Yeah.
This gourd.
There's a pumpkin.
This gourd has been painted.
Yeah.
So that's to indicate that there's something here that a teacher, if the teacher hasn't looked at that board, it's like, oh, I can eat something here.
Ah, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's
You
like,
know, it's also a way for her to, there's beets, and so that's a root that we eat. It's also a stem and a leaf that we eat.
All right, I got a question. What's the black thing over there for?
That's, if you were only this tall, you probably would know right away what to do with that.
Crawl through it.
Right! That's the
So
magic
it doesn't
bunny
have
hole.
more.
I'm being very serious with you guys. I know I was going to tap your inner child, but I tell you what.
That's the Peter
I'm
Rabbit
very serious,
escape hatch.
Do you want to go out the magic bunny hole? No, we'll go this way. We'll walk this way.
Let's shove Sean through the magic bunny hole. Yep. Yeah, you can go there, son. Alice in Wonderland, right?
So we just redid our compost bins. We do open composting, but because we have a rodent population that's pretty exploded, we do a lot into it. We tried to make it rat proof. It has to have a cement floor to keep rats out.
You just do the trash, put it here,
We
and
just built it. We'll see how it works. But see,
okay.
we're really trying to keep out rodents because we don't have a lot of predators for rodents here. And rodents are a problem, you know. They're a problem. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we get to the animal areas, you'll see that we have a lot of grain and feed, and they also go for that. They're very aggressive. So I'm not a.
Oh, what is this?
How's that?
I think is this pomegranate?
Yeah, the pomegranates. Aren't they lovely? And the persimmons. Yeah, the persimmons also will feed. Oh, we have a lot of great, lovely fruit. Pomegranate is getting nice and red. They'll be ready in about a.
We
I
have
don't
it
know,
in
a
our
lot.
country a lot
A pomegranate, I bet. Well, I know.
because it's cold maybe.
It's hot in the summer.
That's why, yeah, we
Yeah,
have it.
you need it. You need. I mean, pomegranate is just a wonderful fruit all over
Yeah, I love
the Levantine, that whole area
Yeah.
from the Levant. Yeah.
And it always, so grow own way. You didn't care about it. I like it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Here it's a little bit more precious. It's a little harder to grow here. So here we've got one of our areas under production. We have many different areas. Our CSA, our farm crew. Well, we're all. When you guys walked into the building, you saw those young people sitting there at the computers. Guess who does all the work here? Idealistic young people. And you get out of college and you live here for a year or two. You become an intern. Oh, excuse me, sorry. How wonderful.
Right. This is the weed form of amaranth.
Now that's another kind of weed. That's kind of like pigweed.
I think
It's not.
I think it's an amaranth, though. It's just not the culinary amaranth.
Yes,
weed
possible.
kind of
Well, some people eat pigweed. It's possible. There's some intentional amaranth growing there because she's probably planted it for wedding bouquets. We also do organic flowers, which is helpful for having a floral production at in the same location as your agriculture, as you know, encourages pollinators. I'm really big about having enough area for pollinators. We keep bees here.
Eggplant.
Yeah, I've got a lot of eggplant. Still. It's kind of late. It's getting late, y'all. It's October.
Oh, the peppers.
Peppers.
Peppers are pretty.
Oh yeah, these are for our little kids who come for the school group. She just sets this up, and then when the little kids are here, they get to pick a pumpkin to take home. Are you wishing you could take a pumpkin home? Maybe.
For sale out front.
Yeah, those are for sale. Some of our pumpkins. So this is more like what we used to do, our open compost area, and it's a feeding frenzy for. Especially if there's grain products in there and bagels and leftovers like that. So we've really had to rethink. So this is just one field of many fields. It just happens to be a productive area. It's kind of the end of the season.
Do you ever sell your peppers?
Oh yeah, we have CSA baskets that you can subscribe. Our CSA runs. Do you know what CSA stands for?
I forgot. Supported agriculture.
Yeah, I don't know if they do this in your country, but small farmers sell subscriptions, and then every week the subscriber gets a basket.
We don't have it. We were gonna start. We plan to do it in our country, but we don't have it now.
We also sell at the farmers market, which is probably similar to what you guys are doing. A market. So you can go to Los Altos Farmers Market on Thursday nights. We sell there and do the CSA baskets from May until November. Yeah. There are some farmers who do year-round, but that's not here because our water runs out. If we can make it until November, we're really excited. Yes. It has to rain 22 inches to be able to reset our well, and it did last year.
It did. Yeah,
The issue for California is it rained that much, but the snowpack was so reduced, right? Yeah. Y'all aware of that, so we just got to keep our eye on it constantly. We used to water our pastures to pasture our animals.
have like.
But it turns out to be cheaper for us to purchase organic feed and hay than water.
Put it on my plant.
Wow.
That's kind of intense.
That's what we do.
I try to reuse.
So we used to water these fields. I don't know if you've visited Hidden Villa before. Who's been here before? Wait, I saw a couple hands. That's right. When you used to come here, there'd be some sprinklers going to water these areas so we could pasture our animals, but we don't do that anymore until we get back to good water.
So then what happens to the animal?
Well, now we purchase organic feed and organic hay. They only pasture a couple months when it's still green. It's not, this is something they're going to eat.
Right.
And when it's dried up like that, they need green
Right.
hay, and they need green alfalfa, which we don't grow. You guys know what this is. What kind of tree this is? Yeah. So anybody who lives in the South Bay usually knows this. I live over by the ocean, so you don't see a lot of this. But this is, I usually ask the kids, like, do you think, here, catch. You think you could eat that right now? Oh, no, I'll give you another one.
Can't.
You cannot. Here.
Pickle 'em.
Yeah, these guys were planted over about 300 years ago by the Mission Santa Clara. The monks up there would come here for their olive oil olives, so they could burn their lamps. That's kind of cool. So they've been there a long time. So you see the olive groves at the entrance and along here, because probably at that time Adobe Creek was a year-round creek. We'll see Adobe Creek now. You'll see it's not year-round anymore.
Do you know the largest olive oil manufacturer in the world? What country?
Greece.
Nope.
Italy.
Nope.
California.
Nope.
I think you better tell us.
Tunisia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Tunisia. When I was there. We were touring all around.
Wow, that's really cool.
I know.
I'll
I
use
didn't
that.
even know it.
This is usually where we tap our inner child. This is the best walking log on the entire farm.
Oh, goody.
And you know what, you guys? Who here goes to yoga and goes into the tree pose and all of this stuff? Guess what?
What?
I read if you lose 1% of your sense of balance for every year of your life,
Oh no.
unless you practice. So by the time you're 90